That's the thing. What if you were a carnivore? What if you were a carnivore and you had the expander? What would you do? You have to have pureed meats? Because I don't know. Okay, it is time for the Marby expander update. I had my Marby expander installed on Tuesday at 12:45. Dr. Manueli and his team were amazing, by the way. They treated me so well and I was so nervous. First, we put on topical numbing cream on the top of my roof of my mouth. And while that was numbing, then Veronica, I think is her name, who's amazing, she did my aligners, and they put in these new like little tags on 3 on each side to help move the teeth better. Then Dr. Manueli came in with the big guns, which is many more needles to numb this whole area. I didn't feel any of the I barely felt the first pinch, like barely. Thank goodness. It took a very long time to get it all numb, which I'm happy because I wanted it all numb. Then he did something called the corticotomy. That's where he splits open the upper palate so that it can expand. Then we went in, he did some more, I think he did some more shots at that point. Then he came in with the Marby and put it around the teeth. He drilled 6 screws, drilled all the holes. Didn't feel anything. I did not feel anything. Luckily, they gave me these little eye goggles, which massaged my eyes and was more relaxing. And I had this like vibrating thing, and I was like using that like crazy. I was feeling stressed because I was just anxious of not knowing. Didn't feel anything. Then he came in with the last, that's when he did some more, like here's some more long-lasting pain relief. Then he put in the screws. Then it was done. And I was in the chair for about 4 hours because it did take a lot longer than I expected. I came home, didn't feel any pain for a while, a little pressure because they turned the key a little bit. I came home. The worst part after that is I was starving. My daughter made me a smoothie. I started taking the Tylenol. I was afraid I wouldn't have, Tylenol wouldn't be enough for pain, but honestly it was. I woke up the next day, the first 2 days, the worst part, sore tongue. The fact that the tongue is rubbing up. It wasn't my mouth, it was the tongue. And then of course, your teeth are really sore because I have a confession. Although the elephant in the room, before I give you the confession, is how I talk. I've got to relearn how to talk. That's been a real struggle. My confession, after day 2 of liquids only, I was dying. So I thought, okay, I have these little beef sticks and they're like organic, grass-fed, and I thought, okay, they're kind of soft. And I thought, maybe I can just kind of a little bit. No, I tore it off, and it hurt so bad. I couldn't even swallow. Then I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll just swallow it down, and it got stuck. It got stuck in the top of the expander, so I was like, no, you can't have that. I mean, I'm pretty much having smoothies today. Today I had my daughter made me mashed potatoes with pureed spinach and bone broth. I put some avocados in it, and that was lovely. I can kind of gum it. My teeth now, it's day 4, are finally not so tender. So yesterday I was feeling a little depressed. Because honestly, it felt like my mouth is in jail. It feels like my mouth is in jail, and I'm thinking, I gotta wear this for 7 months. At least 7 months. If I'm lucky, by November I'll have this off. How am I gonna eat? How in the heck, other than eating liquids, and there's no joy of the chewing. So I was depressed. I felt like, what have I done? This is not good. And then I kept my eye on the prize and said, okay, Vanessa, be a big girl. You know that the end result, the tongue tie release, not having the pain and the stress on your shoulders and your neck and your hip pain, and sleeping better. Keep the eye on the prize. Then I felt better. Yesterday when I woke up, I felt like I was hit by a Mack truck. It was my whole body. I don't know if it was the whole excitement and the anxiety of it all, but again, my tongue had finally calmed down, so it wasn't so sore. My teeth were still sore, manageable, but it was my whole body. My body really felt like I had been through the ringer. So it just shows you what stress will do. I also didn't have my tea for the first 3 days. My tea for the first few days because I couldn't have anything hot. So I was having lukewarm matcha, and it was delicious, but it wasn't giving me that satisfaction of that really caffeine kick. Today I had my warm tea, and it was lovely, and it gave me a little bit more of a kick, and I felt a little more energized, and I felt hopeful. Let's talk about talking and eating. Last night I went with dinner with a friend. Well, I said, can we go for a smoothie date? so that I can have something to eat. And I said, you can have, they have bowls and things you can have. I said, but I'll have a smoothie. And which was lovely, except this. I realized I can't eat and talk at the same time, because when I eat, drink with the expander, I can't talk. Like, stuff gets in that top of the expander. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just in there, and then you're kind of talking. It's like this Darth Vader kind of thing. So there's that. And then there's certain letters I just can't say. Now, here's what I found. What I have found is that if I speak really, really slowly and I articulate, it's much better. There are some words I cannot say, or sounds. The hard CU, like cure. I'm gonna have to like cure. I don't know what it is, but cure. Queen. Well, queen's okay, but K. See what I mean? It's like I don't like that. I don't know. I'm you know what? I'm just not gonna be able to say those words anymore. So if I see something like it says cure, it's gonna have to be remedy, because I can't say it. It's the weirdest thing, and I'm really hoping that I can figure that out. I know it's tongue placement. That's probably the most annoying part so far, is the enunciation. And like I said, if you eat at all and you try to have a conversation and you want to say something, you're like, wait a minute. And also, it is not a good thing to be drinking with your food. You dilute your body's digestive enzymes. But guess what? I'm going to be that girl now for at least the next 7 months that eats and then has to swig some water to wash it all down. You know, it is what it is. On Monday, we start with the Fun Oh Joy turning with the key. See, get that key with the key. My daughter is going to, either my daughter or the nanny is going to stick the key in, and then it's 2 turns twice a day. So, and 1 turn is half a turn. So you need 2 turns for 1 turn. That starts for 5 days. It's going to be some pressure on. Then after that, it's the 1 turn for 10 days, which is really 2 turns, but once a day. And after that, no more than 2 or 3 times per week until we get the split. Now, I'm going to get that split. And he says you're going to hear it like a pop kind of thing when it splits. And I don't know how big the split's going to be. And he said if it's too bad, then he can bond it. We'll see if I can suffer through like maybe I can pull off that kind of Claudia Schiffer. Who's that has like the model that's got the gap teeth? Maybe I can pull that off. I don't know. But like that with a lisp, hey, that's really sexy. They have these tongue things. It's kind of like tongue wax, and it's really cool. A tongue protector that you put in to calm your tongue down when it's rough on the, when it gets sore. I got that the first night. People say, oh, you put it in and you go right to sleep. I put that in, and literally I had mouth tape and that in. Within a minute, I'm like laying like this. My mouth is closed. I am drooling like nobody's business. And then I like wipe it off, and I'm like, it was like a puddle. So that did not work. I don't know how people sleep with that. It's like it's called a tongue protector. It did not protect me from my saliva. The most exciting thing my doctor has told me is that in the next few weeks, as we are turning and expanding my palate, I should notice potentially a marked difference in my sleep, because I'm expanding the airway. That's what I'm looking forward to next, is the expansion. That sleeping better would be amazing. Oh my gosh, listen how I talk. Okay, sense of humor. I have got to just lean on my sense of humor. Deprivation, not defecation. I'm going to learn how to talk again. It's going to be beautiful. Just be patient with me, and please don't laugh too much. We'll laugh together. And thank you very much for listening. Okay, till next time.